Video quality test. Checking hardware for live stream video audio quality. Thought I'd show you guys this. Probably coming up on 3 years in the ground. Red Suriname cherry. Was hoping that it was a black variety, but you always roll the dice when you get these guys, and probably Eugenias in general to a certain extent, but I quite like the fruit. You can see here's a good ripe one. So pretty much when they fall off of the tree is a good time. It's a good cherry. If you guys have never had Suriname, it's definitely a spicy kind of berry. It has notes of curry. You can definitely tell it's a medicinal berry, if that makes any sense. But it is good. With the riper they are, the sweeter they are as well. So last night, kind of got the tomatoes back in order. They were all over the ground. So we need them to grow up. So they were full of bugs and mildew and whatever else. So today, Mother's Day, we got to get these grapes back on track. But you can see we're getting our sets coming in. That's the green Thompson seedless. And there's other grapes too, but can't get to them. Moringa coming back, probably only been growing for a month already. I'm coming up on 5 feet tall, stumped down to the ground over winter. Roseboro blackberry, producing a couple dozen berries daily on this 2-year-old plant. So planted mid-spring 23. It's now mid-spring 24, and that plant rhizome is producing 2 dozen blackberries a day for going on 2 weeks now. Bananas coming back. Cavendish. Love this little tree. This is a Subel white sapote. And this is actually one of the smaller branches, at least 2 times for some reason. I guess because where this tree is. The main trunk or branch has been broken off. So I'm going to put this guy on a post or 2 and make sure it stays propped up. But a vigorous plant nonetheless. And over the winter, this Jamaican cherry was frost and cold protected to a certain extent. So it's flowering earlier in the year than it has in the past, which means that we'll probably get crops till Christmas probably, or till early December. But you can see already flowering pretty heavily. Not bad. Probably should have thinned these guys out. It's so heavy. I have a makeshift prop. Otherwise, this whole trunk of apples would probably snap. Gotta thin out your young trees. And I'll show you another example of that. Hopefully video quality is visible. Here's a Dave Wilson, Florida Prince. And these trees just get loaded down, y'all. You got peaches on the ground. But in my experience, these Dave Wilson trees just don't put on strong, sturdy branches like the RSI rootstock trees. Not even close. So some people, depending on where you have a Barbados cherry, you might just be leafing out. But this guy's already flowering out. Mother's Day, what is it, May 12th? Early mid-May. As you can see, this Barbados cherry tree is right up against the house, facing west. Budded up with blue javas on this side, and Cavendish over here. That's north facing. And it's a 2-year-old or second spring in ground boysenberry. This is the thornless one that I have. A little slower growing over here because that one actually gets a lot of shade pretty much all day. I'll show you the thorned boysenberry that I harvested for the first time. Probably got about 16 ounces of berries off of it yesterday. Also planted, this one was planted in winter, probably like December 22 or January 23. It's now May 24. I harvested last night, so there's probably not much to see, but some of the berries are just kind of small and wonky and deformed, but still very vigorous. You can, like this here is just new growth from this year. So this entire thing is probably close to 7-8 feet, but that will be all fruit wood for next season. So you can see that it's already putting off very vigorous new shoots. So those canes will all be the fruiting wood next year, so they'll be propped up on a more stable structure and easier to harvest, because that thing is treacherous, y'all. But in my experience, the more treacherous the bramble, the sweeter the berry, and the better the fruit. Of course, there's amazing thornless varieties as well, but there might just be something to be said about that. So we're gonna get these grapes up on these trellises, get these things managed and under control so we don't have any fruit loss due to disease and what have you. But as you can see, it's pretty dense in here. This Bermuda is pretty crazy, but we'll get it figured out. I'll show you what it looks like when we're done, and then follow along through the grapefruit, the grape harvesting. And I guess you'll see the tomatoes at the same time, no matter what. But thanks for watching. See you soon.